Hello, my lovely friends. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine and welcome on my YouTube channel. My friends, I'm super excited because the video I'm just about to share is a part of the Christmas in July vlog hub sponsored by CraftStash. This is a 9 days event and every single day there will be a new video released by different designer. Every single day you get a chance to win some prize. For my video, I've made those cute little Christmas ornaments, and to get a chance to win the prize from my video, you have to subscribe to the CraftStash YouTube channel as well as mine, then like and comment by answering the simple question. The question I have for you today is what type of the adhesive I use to glue my acetate to my frames. If you will continue watching all the videos and you will subscribe to every single of the 9 channels and comment underneath those Vlog Hub videos, you also get a chance to win the grand prize. All the details are down below, but let me just tell you that the deadline for entry is 15th of July. I hope you will enjoy my video and good luck everyone. So let's get started! So, hello my lovely friends, back again, and let's make some lovely Christmas ornaments. I've grabbed a couple of dies, but I will be mainly focusing on this spinning snowflake die from Card Making Magic. This is a beautiful set designed to help you to create those spinning snowflake cards with these lovely apertures. But I'm gonna grab those frames and use them to create my Christmas ornaments. For each of the ornament, I will cut several layers from the paper and one piece from the acetate. And what I'm going to be doing, I will adhere 3 layers together for one side of the ornament and then 3 layers for the back side, because the ornaments, once they're hanging on a tree, they like to spin around and they are visible from both sides. I am making sure I will do exactly the same dress up on my ornaments on both sides, and that's why I am dividing the frames into 2 parts, so I will have some of them on my one side to use, and then 3 of them I will glue from the back side, and this way whatever position the Christmas ornament will be hanging on the tree, it will be looking nicely from both sides. I'm using the regular PV glue to adhere the frames together to one to another, and then I'm using this old stamping block to help them to press a little bit, making sure it's just pressed nicely until the glue will dry. For all the frames, I will be using some different embossing powders. Here I'm using the Ranger white one, and the embossing powder will create this lovely enamel surface, which will then strengthen up the paper and will make it a lot more durable and will give this nice, lovely, shiny surface. And once I'm covering my frames in the embossing powder, I will heat set the powder to melt it and create this lovely surface. The embossing ink I'm actually using, this is just the Tsukineko Versamark embossing ink. However, I do have the old ink pad. This is my spare ink pad, which I've cleaned with warm water, and then I have those little re-inker for the embossing ink, and I'm just adding it, so just in case anyone is wondering. And now I am adhering the acetate, and for that I am actually using the glossy accent. The glossy accent is a very strong adhesive, and it's wonderful medium, not only to create those little embellishments when you can add a little layer on the top of your embellishment to create it 3-dimensional, but it's also very strong adhesive. And whenever I'm working with the acetate, I actually prefer to add the glossy accent instead of any other glue. Now, once I adhere the piece of the acetate to one side of the frame, I am adding this piece of the ribbon, and then I am adding another layer of the glossy accent, and I will put the second part of the frame, and that way I will have this nicely finished frame from both sides. At this point, all I have to do is to dress up the ornament. And the reason why I'm gluing the acetate in between the frames is that this will give me some surface to glue my snowflakes. I could leave this opening up space empty, but that way I would have to glue my snowflakes to the frame, so they will be hanging more, they will be just coming off from the frame much more than when I'm gluing them on the acetate. This acetate is also a perfect space for you to actually add your personalized touch. Whatever you're creating, like a gift set of the Christmas bubbles, you can actually put your photos there, or if you're creating the set for grandparents, you could include some grandchildren photos or your furry babies photos, because I know like many crafters, when we have our beloved pets, we like to create some Christmas creation and ornaments with the fun photos of our fur babies. So definitely this is a great opportunity to use that as well. And you can actually add 2 layers of the acetate and place the photo and maybe some wishes on the back side as well. So this idea will give you lots of different opportunities to embellish them, to personalize them, to make it this one and only one kind of the gift. Now I am finishing off this ornament by adding some half side pearls. This is a 8mm pearls, and I will also add some gems to my snowflakes. And while I'm adding my snowflakes and whatever I'm gluing to my ornament, I am actually making sure that on the back side is the exact mirror image. So this way when you look through the ornament, you can't see the back side from different elements, because I've made sure that they are placed in the exact same spot. So if you look on a bubble from one side, you will have the snowflakes on the hand side, but then if I'll turn it to the back side, they will be appearing on the left side. So that way, if you are looking on the image, you can't see the difference in between the left and right side, because I mirror them up. So I hope you enjoy this idea, and let me know as well in a comment once you're going to be answering the question. Also, let me know which one of the Christmas bubbles is your favorite one. At the end of the video, I will show you all the close-up looks, so you will have the chance to see them more closely. Now, for the second one, I am using this lovely, like a doily circular frame, and these frames are fabulous. And one thing I need to tell you, they have this separate aperture cutting, so you can cut them as a whole shape, or you can easily turn them into the frame. So that's why I love designs, all the designs made by Christina, because she's always putting so much thought to every single die, so making sure you get the most use of them. For the second one, I am adding, instead of the white, I'm adding the coat of the gold embossing powder, and this way I will have them made in this real Christmas red, green and gold color combination. And for me, this is the best. This is just shouting Christmas, and I just love it. I am setting the powder again, and the powder I have, this is one of those big jars. The CraftStash is also having those big jars of the embossing powder, so definitely check them out, because they're absolutely a great deal, and you get tons of embossing powder in a very good price point. Now for the gold frame, I am adding the red piece of the ribbon to have this little loop. I could hang my ornament on the tree, and here you can see I've cut the bunch of this poinsettia flowers from the apple blossom set, and this is the part of their flower forming collection, which is designed to create a beautiful flowers. You can use them with papers, you can use them with the forming foam. They're absolutely gorgeous. This time I'm gonna be using the paper flowers, and I cut them from the 250 GSM thick cardstock, and now I will be adding some embossing powders. And this time I've decided to play a little bit with this SIZZIX set, which is a festive set of the 5 embossing powders, and they are just gorgeous. Look on those colors. I'm doing the combination of 2, and I'm just making sure I am just adding the powder and then melting it. And for both leaves and flowers I will do 2 layers, so that way I will get rid of those harsh lines. The color will be smooshing nicely in between the pink and red, and I feel like this gives a lot more dimension and makes the flowers to look even more realistic when you have 2 colors. But you can still do the one, that's absolutely fine. I just, because, and this is a tip, my friends, as well, I actually come up with, once I finished making those flowers, once I was gluing all the elements together, the best idea would be to actually use the red cardstock instead of the one. I was playing with some scraps. I had a bunch of the white leftover scraps, so that's why I've used them to cut my elements. But if I would have to, if I would be making this ornament back again, I would definitely cut the poinsettia leaves from the red cardstock and then emboss them, and the same with the leaves. I will cut them with the green color cardstock and emboss them later on with the embossing powder. You can absolutely skip the embossing powder part. However, as I've mentioned at the beginning, when ornaments are hanging on the tree, they get a little bit dusty, and if you create something, you just want to make sure it has this nice durable surface which you can wipe. So that's why I'm covering them with the powders, which also strengthen them up. They make them a little bit more stiff and give this beautiful shiny surface as well. I've did the exactly same thing. This set of the 5 embossing powder, you have to, all the color which are matching nicely. So this was nice. I could create the green and red color flowers and leaves using the same set. And this is also available at the CraftStash. I will give you links, all the links down below, all the supply list down below, if you're interested to check on. You can definitely use that one as well. Now I am heat setting the powder on the leaves, and then I actually decide I have not enough leaves for my frame, so I will be making a couple extra as well. Here I've decided to add a little dimension to my flowers, and for that I'm using this forming tool and the back side piece of the cardboard. This is a best this is the best thing for shaping your flowers. This is a very inexpensive corkboard you can buy in any supermarket, and this has this really nice condensed foam backing side. So once you place it upside down, you can have this lovely surface to form your flowers. I'm also using some artificial berries, and these ones, they are available in many crafty places or in the florists. You can check them online, and these are made from the styrofoam. So what I did, I actually used my scissors and cut them half, so they're not going to be as much bulky. They will hide nicely in the flower. I'm gluing all the elements together, and then I will be adhering them onto my frame. And this is the place where I actually noticed that I would rather prefer to cut my elements from the color cardstock instead of the white one. But as always, this is just a happy accident. We take a lesson from every creation we make, in, so at least I find out something I can use for next time and save myself some extra steps. But don't worry, there is a way to save it up as well, because what I did, I grabbed some marker and I color a couple of the leaves from very gently from the back side, so they're not going to be appearing as white. And this is the only one thing which I've noticed that I rather want them to have some color. I've made a lesson, and before I adhere my leaves, I then grab this little finger dauber and color them with this green color Distress ink. and I love those daubers. These are absolutely one of my favorite one if it comes for adding the colors, because they are super tiny, and this triangle one are very precise, so they will help you to add the color to the smallest spot. But because I already glue my flowers, and I'm kind of if crafters who are always like you know trying to make everything looking like super professionally finished. I once I was looking on this ornament, I was like, no, I don't want to have this red back area, so that's why I've grabbed my marker, and at least for the next time I know that for any creation of this type, if I will be making flowers, I will definitely cut them from the red cardstock, because this bubble, they are having this clear acetate area in the middle, so you can actually see through what's the backing side of those flowers. And here you could see I'm grabbing this marker, and I'm very gently just actually coloring the couple of the flowers, couple of the flower petals from the top side, the only one which are really visible. The rest it's nicely hidden, so that saves me a job. So I hope you enjoyed this idea as well. This is a different color combination in comparison to the other one, and this is by far my favorite ornament, I must say, because this one is just screaming Christmas. I love this poinsettia. I love this color combination with the dash of the gold. And here, what I was mentioning at the beginning, that I had this feeling that I could use couple extra leaves, so I cut 4 additional, and I also heat set them up with the same embossing powders, and I am just gluing them. And once I am adhering all my elements, I am making sure they are kind of mirrored on both sides. So I have, once you turn around the ornament to the back side, you will have them on the opposite side. By this way, the papers from the leaves and the flowers are nicely covered from both sides. And I'm gluing them here, and my second bubble is almost ready, and then I will be proceeding to create the third one. And for the third, I've decided to again create the frame and emboss it, and this time I am going back to the previous color combination, which is this white and blue, but I will add a dash of the silver to glue my frames. I also cut the sentiment. This set, the spinning snowflake set, on top of having those beautiful snowflakes and frames, it also have this let it snow sentiment, which is really nice and large, and I really like the font and how it looks like. So I'm gonna be adding the sentiment. However, if you want to create your ornaments personalized, if you have the small letter alphabet dice or something, you will be able to create your own names and your own sentiments to make it even more personalized. But if you don't have any of the alphabet dice and you still would like to put the name across the ornament, what I would suggest you to use is to print some names on the computer, and before you will attach them to your frame, cover them up with the layer of the clear embossing powder. This way you will protect the paper and will make it last a little bit longer. Now I have this bunch of the little sentiments which I am this little word dice which I'm gonna be covering in the powder, and here is my tip to protect them so they're not gonna be flying all over the place once you're gonna be heat setting them. I put a piece of the masking tape on my glass mat, and as you can see, I put it upside down so I have this adhesive side up, and now I am grabbing each of the words and gently pressing to the masking tape. This will help me to hold my sentiment once I will heat set the powder with my heating tool. You can also adhere them at first and then cover them with the embossing powder, but I find it that this way I am using too much product unnecessary, because this embossing powder will also stick to the masking tape as well. So I prefer this method, and then I am just putting the rest of the embossing powder back to the container. And here you can see once I am adhering my once I adhere my elements to the masking tape, I can very easily heat them up and they just stay in place nicely. So this is the best tip to, if you have to emboss any words or little elements, definitely place them on either washi tape or masking tape, anything like that. This will help you to hold your elements in place. And for the frames, as I've mentioned before, I am using the silver embossing powder, and I will set them up. And for that, I'm using the double layer of the embossing powder. So I will make one layer and then I will repeat the step. So this way, this will give me this lovely shiny, almost metal looking elements, which will look like this would be cut from some type of the silver foil or something like that. So I am heat setting the powder, and then I will again use the glossy accent to add my frame to the acetate piece, and then I will stick a piece of the ribbon in between them, so I will have this hanging piece to put my ornament on the tree. I am getting those word dies off from the masking tape, and I will start adhering all the elements together. And once you add your glossy accent to your frame, just give it a couple seconds to dry. Just wait a couple seconds, and this way it will get a little bit more tacky, and then you can press it with the stamping block, or if you don't have the stamping block, you can use the book or something else, just something heavy, just help it stay pressed once the glue will dry. And here you can see I'm adding this loop, and then I will add the second piece from the back side, and again I will put my stamping block, and then I'm using this big jar of the paste which I'm adding on top of it, and this way this heavy weight is helping to stay nice and flat. Now I need to add my sentiment, and here I had this a little bit thinking process, because if I will add I want to keep everything in the mirror image, this will not work for the sentiment, because if you will put it on the mirror side, then you wouldn't be able to read it from the back side. So what I came up with is to add the piece of the Grossarian ribbon. I wrap the ribbon around the ornament, and this way I could put my sentiments right way on the both sides, so they're not going to be visible through the acetate. So this is the tip if you are going to be creating the sentiments, and you would have the trouble to make them readable from both sides. You can either put a piece of the paper or use a piece of the ribbon like I did here. I'm adding couple extra snowflakes. Once I will put the sentiment, I will add couple extra snowflakes to finish off this ornament. And this is a third idea, and I think this is the best one if it comes for using the names or adding some extra special wording. I think this really nice sentiments cut out, and if you do them, make sure you cut, for example, if you're going to be cutting the name, make sure you cut 2 or 3 layers to give them this nice dimension. Don't put the single cut word or name, like if you're going to be using the alphabet letters. Cut 3 or 4 layers and glue them up. And I know it sometimes seems it's like a lot of the work, but once you create this one and only special gift, it's sometimes worth to go one step forward to make sure it's all looks nicely, and this way it will be much sturdier, and it will be also easier for you to emboss it and then adhere it to your card. I am finishing off by adding this couple extra gems, and in a second I will show you all the close-up look for all 3 ornaments I've created today. So, my friends, don't forget that you can get the chance to win the voucher. This is a £25 worth voucher to spend on exclusive brands at the CraftStash, and all you have to do is to subscribe, like, and comment, and answer the question. And please follow up with all the videos from 9 videos from all the Christmas vlog series, and this way you will also get a chance for winning a grand prize. Thank you so very much. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will visit me another time. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye-bye.